The third world squat. What is the third world squat? Well, if you've ever watched National Geographic, when they travel to remote regions of the world and you see these tribes where they're in their little huts sitting around the campfire in a full squat for hours on end, that's what we call the third world squat. Now, Western society adopted the chair a long time ago, and that has caused many spinal problems. Let's take a look at that third world squat. If you're a bodybuilder or powerlifter that's used to squatting with a straight bar, the third world squat may be very difficult for you at first because it's a totally relaxed squat. Now, people have been using this as a method of sitting in some other cultures for thousands of years. Now, what you do is you actually squat straight down, let your butt just go straight down to where your hamstrings are resting against your calves, and you're just going to usually have your knees out in front of you so that you can put your forearms on your knees, rest your forearms on your knees, and your back's fairly straight, your head's up, and you just relax. So you're probably wondering, what is the point of using this third world squat? Well, it stretches the low back, it decompresses the spine, and it releases the hips. If as a power lifter you start to practice this third world squat on a daily basis, eventually you will find that you're pulling deadlifts, conventional deadlifts, with a neutral spine, and your squats, your back squats will be much deeper. If you go to the internet and look up how to do the third world squat, you're going to find different websites with different ideas on how it should be done. Now, I see a lot of younger guys, and I think they maybe have a CrossFit orientation, telling people that they have to have their feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, with the toes pointed forward, the knees out over the heels, straight up and down, lower leg. And you know, not everybody can do that. We know from powerlifting that that type of stance is only achieved in a wide stance. You cannot do that in a narrow stance. Now, everybody is different. Everybody has different body mechanics, body structure. Look at some of these videos, like these National Geographic videos, where they show these people in a third world squat. Some of them are wide squats, some of them are narrow squats. Everybody's built differently. Now, in the early days of powerlifting, say the 1950s, the squat was done as a full squat. And you look at Paul Anderson's 1,200-pound squat, it was a full squat. Now, we've gotten away from that. Now we have basically a half squat. Our top of our thigh has to be visibly below the top of our knee. That's really a half squat. So I think that having gotten away from the full squat, at least in training, we've kind of doomed ourselves to not being as strong as we might have been, and certainly not being able to utilize depth to our advantage the way we could have. We wouldn't have had so many issues with depth had we practiced that third world squat.